Hey, this is Robert from Fortified360. I'm making a quick demonstration for sales to kind of show how our cloud as a service system works. We're going to set up a network. We're going to create a machine, connect that machine to the network in the process, and kind of show you how this works. So once you have a login that works with the system, which we're going to use our demo login here, it will ask you to email and verify who you are, which let me go ahead and do that very quickly and get authenticated in. 1 second while we do that. And it will email you a code, which you'll just need to copy and paste into here to verify that you are who you say you are. Once you are in the system, your servers will show up under My Cloud right here. Now, this is where you create your virtual network in our system. This is interconnected to 25 different data centers, and you can create networks and servers at any of those data centers from this one login. So basically how this is going to work is from here, you are going to go to, and I'm going to create an actual network first that I can connect to, just to show you an example how I would do it. Those of you used to vSphere, things like that, this will be very first nature. So first, I'm going to, I don't want to add a dashboard module. I don't know what I did that for. Let's go into networks. And we're going to choose a zone. Now, this is which one of the data centers you want to do it. So I'm going to pick Texas. And in Texas, I'm going to create a new network. In creating a new network, I'm just going to give it a name. I'm going to call this demo. And I'm going to pick my chain. So I'm going to do a 192.168, and I'm going to do a 24. I'm going to make my gateway.1. And I can put in, let's just say I'm going to use DNS is going to be, for right now, I'm just going to use Google's. So I'll create my network. All right. So my network is now created, and it has a base NAT system put into it. All right. Now I'm going to go in and I'm going to create a server. And to create a server, I'm going to create a new server. It's going to ask me first where I want to create it. So let it load the data center list here by zone. We have 3 in Asia. We have 1 in Australia. We have 8 in the United States, 1 in Canada. There are 6 in Europe and 5 in Israel. So we're going to go ahead and pick the Texas data center because that's where we created our network. And now I have different types of images. I have server images, Linux and Windows and so forth. And I have desktop images. I have app images, and I have service images. You can see we have Docker, Kubernetes, all that kind of stuff in here. If you want to do a FortiGate VM, you can do that. There's an OP Incense firewall. There's an Open VPN firewall. And there's just different types of things. Now, you can also create your own, but these are just pre-built images that we have in the system. So we're going to go back to server image, and I'm going to create a Windows server. And I'm going to pick what version. This includes your Windows licensing, so I'm going to pick standard. Your billing cycle is going to come up here, how much it is per month. By the way, your billing is in real time, so as you build your machine, you will see the price for that machine right down here. So I'm going to pick B, general. You have 4 types. You have your general, which is just general CPU usage. You have dedicated, which means dedicated CPU and not shared. You have burstable, and you have availability. Those of you used to working inside and doing VM will know these differences and just pick your preference. But I'm going to pick one. I want 4 CPUs. I'm going to tell it I want to move 16 gigs of RAM, and I'm going to give this server a 250 gigabit drive. Now I can also add a second drive and specify that up to however many I want, up to 4 terabyte. Now, I will tell you this, second disks are 50% of the cost of your primary disk. So I would highly suggest that you follow recommended standards, especially in Windows, of doing a operational disk that's 200, 250 gigs, and then doing your data, your separate disk for storage and profiles and operations, and just using the primary one for your operating system. That's recommended practice to do anyway, but we actually emphasize that in practice by the pricing. So this will tell you what your cost is for this server in real time, because I added a secondary drive. So I'm going to actually remove that secondary drive. If I want to add backup to it, I can add daily backup. That means we will snapshot that server every night for you at midnight, and it will automatically built in. It means we can recover, put you back to that snapshot at any given time, simply by reverting. So we can revert it back to its prior state from the night before in minutes. Okay. Now, in this one, we do have to have, when we set up, we do require public internet. You can turn this off later. Now, if I want to connect it to the internal one, I can turn that on and go into advanced mode. And what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to add that. My first one is my WAN here. I'll leave that the way it is. And add my second, and I'm going to tell it to connect to that network that I just created. Now I can pick an IP address I want to put for that server. Let's say I'm going to do it .10, and that's it. I have added my connections. So then my final part of this is to go in and create a password. And when I get to, I need to do a one uppercase letter apparently. There we go. I meet my criteria. I do that twice now, and I can go ahead and set up my servers. Now, the other thing is I can set up multiple servers. So let's say that I need to set up more than one server this way. I want 2 Windows servers. So I can hit 2. I have to do it in simple mode. Sorry, I can't do this because I've specified a IP address for that. If I was to pull this out and add it later, I could do multiples. Right now, I've actually given it a very specific IP address, so it will only let me do one at a time. I would validate my password. On this, I'm simply naming the machine, and I would simply come down and hit create when I'm done. And this would turn blue and allow me to create the server. So I've actually created a server, built it. It will take about 10 minutes to create, and the server will become available and show up on the list of servers in your tab. At that point, you will be given an outside IP address where you can actually see it, and you will be able to turn around and use it from that point on. So I'm going to go around. I don't want to go ahead and create that server because obviously I get billed for it. But that's how you create a server. Now, the moment you create these, if they are set up for monthly, you will basically be charged for that month. How our system works, it is flat fee. You pay for what you use. Monthly is flat rate. It is the cheapest rate. It gets you 5 terabytes of bandwidth included. That's throughput and that's both directions, and that is per server. So if you do 5 servers, that is 5 times 5. That's 25 terabytes of bandwidth passed through to the outside world. So really nice. Most people don't ever exceed that. I very rarely ever seen anybody go out over that amount, especially in most environments that are common. Now, you can build your infrastructure. We don't charge you a setup fee for it. You basically just pay for this. You'll get billed for that in your next bill for that month, and we bill on a monthly basis. So if you have any questions about how to use this environment, just get with your salesperson. Your salesperson will create a login for you. The only thing we require is a card to be put on file for your services. There are no contracts. So if you create a server this month and you take it down 3 months down the road, you're only paying for the 3 months you used it. You are not locked in any contract or any kind of long-term use. So you basically are only charged for what you use on a monthly basis. All right, and that's as simple as it is. For more questions or any questions or answers to anything specific or for a live demo, please contact your salesperson. They'll get back with you and show you more about how to use the system and set up anything specific you may want to look at. Have a great day.